Hey witches! I'm coming back to you today with a video about my oracle decks. Okay, so let's get started. I'm not going in any particular order here. I'm just kind of picking them up as I go. I will start off with my favorite one though. So this one is my favorite. It is the first ever oracle deck I ever got. It's actually the first deck I ever got because I was afraid of the tarot. It just seemed really complicated and I wanted to have a set of cards that, you just looked it up in the book or whatever, which with tarot, a lot of times you can too, but a lot of tarot readers get to the point where they understand the cards enough just by memory that they don't have to look them up. I still have to look them up a lot of the time. I've learned a few of the cards, but I'm still learning like a bunch of the other ones. Anyway, this is what the back looks like. I was drawn to this deck by the artwork on the cards, and I really, really, really love it. This oracle deck has always kind of suited me and has always given me good readings. And this deck actually allowed me to kind of there we go. This deck allowed me to gain more confidence with my readings and with tarot. Like, it gave me the confidence to try tarot. My next deck, now I'm just kind of going in order, and by in order I mean how they're spread out on the floor in front of me, not in any particular order again. I have the Crystal Stone deck. The front cover has gotten a little dirty, but so there's a little booklet that goes with it. And then I have all the cards in here except for one. I leave the opal on my altar as a sort of, because I can't afford real opal, so I leave opal on my altar as an offering to Hermes. So these are kind of cool because they have a picture on one side and then about the stone on the other. So that was selenite, and it talks about selenite, which honestly, that's pretty cool. So this is green calcite. On the back of the card is green. That's the other thing. So you can see this one's kind of gray obsidian, right? Lemurian quartz, however you say that. Shungite. And I've been drawn to crystals in the past, so I really like this deck because it helps me to learn more about crystals I don't know much about. But it also helps me, like, if I'm looking for something and I say, like, I want to use a crystal in this working or whatever, and I think I want it to be, let's say blue. And I can go through, that one's blue, and then I've got that one's sort of blue, this one's blue. And you can also look at the back of the cards and easily pick out the color. So I just really like this deck. I think it's really informative. I don't often use it in readings. Like, I have, but I don't often. I use it more as a reference. So, this next deck is my least used deck. I've seen people who've gotten this deck in like a subscription box, and they think it's so cool. And to some extent, I really like this deck. It is my least favorite deck, though, because of one thing that is probably just a pet peeve that I shouldn't be worried about, but I am. And that is this deck. It's like it's Hedge Witch. It's an herbal deck. So, like, this is Lady's Mantle for magic. Wild Rose for clarity. But then here's the thing. So, this is me having a pet peeve, but also, like, past English teacher pet peeve, right? Magic is a noun. Clarity is a noun. Subdue is a verb. Strength is a noun. Tenacity is a noun. Purify is a verb. You could have chosen purity. Purity is a noun. Connection, noun. Mystery, noun. Nurture, verb. Preserve. That could be a noun or a verb, honestly. Nourish. Beep, beep. Nourish is a verb. Enhance is a verb. Build is a verb. Soothe is a verb. By the way, that's chamomile. It bothers me because they're not all... So, yeah, they are all nouns or verbs, but it bugs me because they are not all nouns or all verbs. Like, just stay the same, okay? Like, But I like the color in it. I like the artwork. I like the back. It's just a pet peeve. My next deck is Gateway to the Liminal Spirits. This is a really big deck, and what I mean by that is the cards are huge. I really like the artwork on the back of the cards. I like the artwork on the front of the cards. I like this deck. It's really cool. It says Burial Ground if you can't read it. Oak. Cedar. Monk's Hood. Mugwort. Environment. Belladonna. Thyme. Walnut. Ash. So if you can't tell, this has different herbs and trees. Rue. Birch. But then it also has some animals like fish. Snail. Owl. And then like nature's, just random nature stuff like star. Ocean. Forest. Desert. It's very nature witchy. It also has stuff like gateway, inspiration. Oh, I love this one. Mandrake, and I love the fox. The fox is great. But, you know, there's a bunch of different ones on here. Corvid. I just really like this deck. I really should play with it more. I don't know why I don't, but it's a beautiful deck. My next deck is rather new. I got it for Christmas. My husband got it for me. It is the Moonology Oracle cards. This deck is really special to me because I am a little bit of a Selenophile. I love the moon. This is the back of the cards. Just shows the moon phases. It's really pretty. So there's also celestial cards in here. You know, North Node, South Node. As you can tell, I haven't even really done a lot of shuffling on this one yet. Blue Moon, Super Moon, Mutable Moon, Cardinal Moon, Fixed Moon, Waxing Moon, Full Moon in Pisces. So it has each of the moons in the zodiac signs. Full Moon in Libra. It has the new moons in each of the zodiacs. New Moon in Aquarius. New Moon in Capricorn. New Moon in Taurus. Full Moon. Gibbous Moon. First Quarter Moon. Waxing Crescent. New Moon. This next deck I haven't used all that much. I got it because English teacher, and it is the Literary Witches Oracle. So there's eye, wolf, wings, and then we get into like Audre Lorde, Maria Sabina. I don't know how to say this author's last name, but it's Alejandra Pizarnik. Gertrude Stein. Shirley Jackson. Anne Carson. Agatha Christie. Anais Nin. Joy Harjo. Sandra Cisneros. So I feel like this is an interesting deck just because of the women who are in it. My last but not least deck is the Magdalene Oracle. I've used this deck a little bit. It's an interesting deck. And it does have Mother Mary, Universal Christ. There's God, Divine Order. I do like that they put Saint and Sinner on the same one. They just have some really cool ones in here. The Resurrection. This is the one I was looking for, was actually Magdalene. This deck is kind of cool. It brings me semi back to my Christian days. It has some of the same feel as Christianity, but it definitely has a different feel from Christianity. It's not bound by the same laws or rules or tenets. So those are my Oracle decks. I showed you my tarot decks. Now I've shown you my Oracle decks. And tell me your favorite Oracle deck. I know there's a lot out there, and there's probably some that I haven't even heard of. So yeah, share with me in the comments, like, subscribe, or don't, do whatever.